Morning everybody, welcome to my channel. This is episode number 33 of So Sweet Samuel. Don't adjust your settings. I am embracing the curly hair method. My hair naturally has a wave to it, so I've been watching some YouTube videos over Christmas and I decided last week to have a go at the curly girl hair method, and so I've just done it again this morning, so it looks a bit rough, but by the end of the day this will all be curls. But this is my natural hair, and you wash it and then you don't brush it and you apply all these products to it, you leave in a conditioner and then you put in this curl amplifying gel stuff and you just scrunch it all up and it defines your natural curls. You have to have a natural wave in your hair, which I have got. So anyway, waffle. Anyway, welcome back. I'm sorry it's taken me a couple of weeks since Christmas to come back to you. I had planned to come back to you between Christmas and New Year like I did last year, but we were just so busy. We had Megan and the children here the day after Boxing Day, then we went to the pantomime, and then I was tutoring the next day. Then we went to my brother-in-law's for a couple of days, and then time we got back it was time to sort of do all the washing, get organised, and I was tutoring again, and then it was Mark's birthday and then back to school, and it was just all a bit, all a bit manic and everything. So the in-between didn't happen, and I suppose also I was sort of recovering still a little bit from COVID, so that didn't happen. So I wanted to do a video last week, but again, last week I was sort of still trying to get straight, and last week was the first time, I think last Wednesday was my first opportunity actually to actually put away all my Christmas presents and everything, and I was questioned as to why I hadn't done that. And when I actually sat down and thought, last Wednesday was actually my first free day to actually sit and do that, because I just had no time over Christmas at all. I've actually kept the Christmas TV Times that I buy every year because I haven't looked at it yet, because I haven't watched anything over Christmas. I had no time over Christmas to sit down and watch anything at all. I think Saturday, was it? I think this Saturday gone, I watched half of Call the Midwives, the Christmas Call the Midwives. I haven't even started watching the new series of Call the Midwives yet. So I need to finish watching the Christmas Call the Midwives and then start the new series, because I love Call the Midwives. So I went on a Call the Midwives tour a couple of years ago before COVID with my friends for one of my friends' 50th birthdays. That was brilliant. That was in Chatham. That was fantastic. So thank you very much to everyone that joined me for Vlogmas. Sorry mine wasn't very good, and it was just me sitting here waffling about what I was making and doing and all that. But it was lovely to spend a bit of time with you. As always, mine were a bit chaotic because the dreaded COVID caught me. So it means I didn't sort of vlog every day. And my life is pretty boring, and I know my videos are pretty boring. They're pretty samey. They're not exactly very exciting, are they? But thank you to anybody new that's joining me as well. It's lovely to have you along for the journey. So hopefully 2024 has been good to you so far. And hopefully we have a good year of lots of makes and lots of fun together. So I thought I'd just record quickly now. It's the 16th of January and it's just gone 5 to 8 in the morning. I've just dropped Samuel off round the corner to get a lift to the bus stop. One of the dads takes the beginning of the week and then I take the end of the week just to the bus stop, and then I pick up from school on a Friday. So yeah, so I've got something, there's a big pile of mess down here in front of me that you can't see. There's a pile of mess behind me that you can see. Whoops. So I've got some things to show you. I'm not going to show you everything I got now because it seems a bit late now. It's only 2 weeks, but I'm going to show you things as I make them. I've got plenty of things to keep me busy this year. So I will be sort of showing you as I go along this year. As I make them, I will be getting on making them. Okay, so the first thing I've made, or finished actually, and it's not a Christmas make at all, but this should have been made ages ago. What have I done with it? But it's another one of the memory cushions that I made for one of Samuel's friends from primary school. So this is one of his friends. So it's got the years that they were at the school that I've just hand sewn on, and made out of their polo shirt and tie. And then the back was the PE t-shirt. And then I used a pair of shorts for the other part, because this t-shirt material is awful. As soon as you cut it, it sort of shrank up. It was awful material to use. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with that, because it's kept the little pockets as well. So he's got little pockets in the back here that he can use. I kept the zip. So I'm really pleased with this actually. I really like this one. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So the mum should be collecting that today. So that's his memory cushion. So I've done that. Oh, finish object as well. These were cast on between Christmas and New Year. So I brought myself the West Yorkshire Spinners Nutcracker yarn, and it's twinkly, and I knitted myself the Christmas socks. So I just cast on 60 stitches. I did about 14 rounds for the rib on 2.5 needles, did about 40 rounds on the leg, did a slip stitch heel, flap and gusset, and then I knit for about 6.5 inches, and then did a decrease. I knit around, and I knit 6, knit 2 together, knit 6, knit 2 together, and then knit 5 rounds, knit 5, knit 2 together, knit 5, knit 2 together, then knit 4 rounds, knit 4, knit 2 together, and so on like that. I don't know what you call that toe, but that's my favourite toe. So I have got a pair of those. So they were off the needle by 1st of January they were finished by. So I can now wear those. I brought the same yarn for Kay as well, and then I went out on our way home from my brother-in-law's in Lincolnshire. We stopped off at this lovely wool shop. Mark has now made a rod for his own back, because we'll be stopping there every time now. And I managed to get that yarn for my mum as well, because she wanted some. But I've actually got loads of that left. I don't know whether to make myself another pair, or make a pair and put it away as a Christmas present for somebody, or make a pair of hand warmers. Probably haven't got enough to make a pair for my brother, unless I was to put in another colour. Now I have got this sort of yellowy colour, I think, in stash, so I could do rib, heels and toes in that colour, and I could make a pair for my brother for Christmas. Or I could do that in grey, couldn't I? I might actually see if I got enough. I might weigh what's left, and I could make my brother a pair for Christmas, because he would wear those. My mum always makes my brother a pair of socks for Christmas, and I make my brother some throughout the year. I make him a couple of pairs throughout the year. Definitely make him a pair for his birthday, and then a pair for Christmas. But this year I want to get more made. But my mum always makes him grey or like a darky blue, and I always make him a wacky pair. So, and he likes both. He's not fussed what he has. Today is going to be no order to what I show you. It's just going to be, blah! It's going to be crazy. That'll be a good thumbnail, won't it? Leah, I think it's Leah, brought me this lovely amigurumi ballet dancer to make. Now, I've read the pattern, and I am going to do this because this is one of my goals for this year, is to get better with crochet. So this comes a kit with all the yarn, so that is definitely on my radar to do. I love the colours, so let's try and get that back in there. Sorry for the lesson, but that is definitely on my radar to do that. That's beautiful. While we're talking about crocheting, I obviously know I didn't carry on with the Toft crochet. I think when COVID took me down, that was it. I just couldn't do any more of that, so I will do that. I want to set aside a period of time. I've got all the patterns saved, got all the videos. I want to set aside a period of time. I was fine until you had to start putting the beads in, and then it just went wrong. So I think I'm going to rip it back, what I've done, and just start again, because that is definitely, it's on my, I've got a list here of what I want to make this year, and crochet is definitely on there, so I'm definitely going to do that. So you will be seeing the Toff crochet along, and if you don't see it, nag me and say where is it, because I will do it. I definitely want to do it. And the fact I have this, and I've got my other crochet doll that's half done. I had to put a lot of things away over Christmas because we have so many people here over Christmas, and I strip out the whole house, everything, all the ornaments, all the normal ornaments go, and the whole house is turned Christmassy. I put a lot of things away that I'm not, and that I know I won't be using. So and makes I know I won't be using, I sort of put those all away. So that was one thing that went away. But I have signed up again for Lucy Lockett's book club, and the book is called The Woman in the Snow, I think, and I think that should be arriving next week. I've still got to do the hot water bottle cover, and the only reason I haven't done it is I've got to go out and wind up the yarn. The yarn is here in my drawers here, so I will do that. But this time for the new book club, I've asked for the crochet pattern, so I'm going to try and crochet the item that goes with the book, and I am going to read the book as well. I've read Winter Solstice so many times I could tell you the story word for word, but the hot water bottle cover is lovely, and I do use a hot water bottle all the time, so that will be one of a future make, a very soon make. And I think lots of people have been making the hot water bottles by Laura Penrose, and the colour work one. I wouldn't mind having a go at that actually. But this hot water bottle cover that came with the Lucy Lockett land is really pretty, so I will get that done. That is on my radar to do. What else did I get? From the final package in my friend swap with Jess from Acorn Knits was this beautiful yarn from Yarn Unique. This is so me. This is pink. It's called Summer Sprinkles. Oh, and it's beautiful. I could eat this. This is so pretty. I always smell yarn. Does anybody else smell yarn? This doesn't have a smell, but oh, it's beautiful. It's definitely me. I don't know yet what I'm going to make, whether I will make socks with it or whether I'll make like a shawl or a cowl or something, but that is beautiful. I love that. It's definitely my colour. So thank you very much, Jess, from Acorn Knits. If you haven't seen Acorn Knits yet, check them out, or check Jess out. She's lovely. She has some lovely makes. From my knitting group, this was my beautiful bag that we got on Christmas Day, and this was made by the very talented Danny of A Knitter Suitcase. Danny currently lives in Perth in Western Australia, but she has an Etsy shop, and this was the gift bag. Lucy commissioned Danny to make everybody a project bag. It's got the logo, the one with the knitting friends there, Christmas 2023. It's got two little pockets in there. And everybody in my knitting group knows, as you do, that the red car with the Christmas tree on top is my favourite icon. So this is beautiful. So check out Danny at Knitter Suitcase. She has a beautiful podcast, and she has a lovely Etsy shop, so if you want anything, and she ships over here as well, so it's lovely. It's got a handle so you can carry it around, and that's been really handy actually. So what have I got in there at the moment? I wound these up. I think you've seen these. This is the yarn. This is the snowman inspired yarn from I want to say Giddy Knits, but I don't know if it was Giddy Knits. So this was the snowman yarn, Christmas Eve cast on box clearly I've cast it on. But it's in there with a pair of sock needles ready to be cast on. So that's lovely. So check Danny out. The end of Dandelion and Dogwoods, you get a full skein. So this is my full skein from Dandelion and Dogwoods, and it's called Christmas at the Dogwood Cafe. And you've got a 20-gram mini and an 80 grams skein. Again, my colours absolutely beautiful. Pinks, blues, creams, all the colours that were in the minis have now been combined into this sock set. So it is a sock set, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon and 5% stellina. Not sure what I'm going to do. Obviously it says it's a sock set, but you don't have to stick to that. I'm just thinking of other things I want to say to you as well. Beehive yarn. The socks I knitted for Samuel, unfortunately they didn't fit him. I was rushing to knit Samuel a pair of socks for Christmas, and I knit him a DK pair, and sadly they didn't fit him. Luckily they didn't take too long to knit, so I'm not too devastated. But while we were away, I got him some of this wool. He chose this wool, and this is Norse 4-ply by King Cole. He chose this. The colourway is Thor. So I'm just going to knit him some normal 4-ply socks. So that should knit up quite quickly, children's socks. So if anybody wants a little pair of grey socks, DK, for a boy, let me know. I'm currently knitting, is it in here? Yeah. This beautiful jumper in commercial yarn. And it's, the yarn is by King Cole. No, it's not, by James C. Brett, and it's called Shh. And it's knitting up like this. This is the ball of yarn. And this is jumper. So this is the back. So I'm just doing this. I'm picking this up in the evenings and just doing a couple of rows of this. It's lovely. I wasn't too keen initially when I started doing it, because I thought, oh, I don't like this bit here. But actually now it's becoming a bit lighter. It's sort of growing on me a bit more now. Let me see if I can find the pattern. I don't know if I can find the pattern. It's not in this bag. I got this most beautiful bag from Rupert. Look at this. Grandma's knitting bag. I love it. Love, 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 love it. So it's living in there, but I don't know where the pattern is. Pattern's in this bag. Pattern's living in this bag. My lovely big bag from Paula. Stitch by Mrs. D. Yeah, so this is the yarn called Shh Double Knitting. And this is colour S803. They had different colours. And I just got this from Hobbycraft when we came out of the pantomime. This is the pattern. And the same one in a different colour. But I just really like the sleeves. It was the sleeves that really did it for me. I would have liked it in a pinker colour, but this is as close as I could get. I didn't like that bright rainbow colour, but yeah, I'm loving that. So I'm knitting the second size, which is a 38. 38 comes, bust 38 comes out 42. So yeah, just picking it up every evening, just doing a couple of rows of that. So that's nice. And oh, do you remember when I was at Ali Pally in October? I brought the Fox knitting kit to knit Foxy. I got the book for Christmas. Oh my goodness me, the things in this book are just beautiful. Now let me show you. So I've knitted the Fox, who's just currently in the process of being sewn up. Now this is why I fell in love with him. This is what I saw at Ali Pally. I saw Foxy sitting in his armchair with his little basket of knitting, his little bit of knitting on his arm, and he was wrapped up in his patchwork blanket. I've half knitted his patchwork blanket, and he was cuddling his little hot water bottle. So I haven't knit that yet. So I've knit the fox, I've knit half the patchwork blanket, and I'm halfway through his little dressing gown that Samuel wanted in purple. And the yarn has just arrived to start knitting the armchair. It's all knitting cotton, but the things that are in this book are just stunning. Every time you look through it, you see something different. The attention to detail is just phenomenal. It's just beautiful. And there's all little stories as well, a bit like a Lunar Lapping. There's all little stories about the characters. So there's 6 little characters in here. So I'm trying to decide. I really like the cat, but I'm worried about whether the fox might eat the cat. So I'm a bit worried about knitting the cat. So I'm thinking I might knit the polar bear, because I think he might stand up for himself a bit more. Now, Fox was going to be a boy, but since knitting him, he's decided now he wants to be a girl, because he likes all the clothes, all the girly clothes in the book. So he's going to be a girl, and then whoever else I knit will be a boy. I know. I worry about myself as well sometimes, I really do. Cool Crafting, I'm sure everybody has now got their box. Some people have even made it, but it is to make, sorry, headless duck. It is to make this super cute duck. Oh. So she is all made. She's just got to be sewn together. I love her feet. Look at those feet. I think they are the cutest feet in town. If ever I needed a leg replacement, I think I'd have duck's legs. Aren't they cute? So she's all sewn, all the bits are sewn together. So I just need to sit and sew her together and give her some eyes. So that might be a job for this afternoon. I just love her. I want to make, Rupert's being christened on the 11th of February. No pressure. I'd like to knit him a Noah's Ark. I'm not going to get it done for his christening, but I'd like to get that started and gifted to him at some point during the year, as you do. The other day, now when did I order this? Must have been after New Year's. So do you remember we said we were going to do the knit along of Peter Rabbit? Remember this book? We were going to do the knit along for Peter Rabbit. So if you're still up for that, let me know in the comments. And I ordered just enough yarn for Peter Rabbit. And this came to, does it tell me? I've just ordered for Peter Rabbit, and it came to £28.15 from Wool Warehouse. But I would think you're going to have some of these, you might be able to get other characters out of them, because I know some bits, like I'm pretty sure they said like some bits you're only using a tiny bit of some yarns, so you might be able to, you're not going to use all of them. I think like obviously his body is probably all knit in that, but then other bits. So let me know in the comments who's up for knitting old Peter Rabbit, and I'm going to make a start on him quite soon. That's the pink. Is that the pink? Is that classed as pink? I think that if that's the pink, you only need that for his ears. So that's going to be used in other characters, isn't it? Other people are going to have that bit of pink. So yeah, I'm going to start that. See, look, I had to order this yellowy wool, and I can't even see on him what you use that for, to be honest with you. So let's start him. Let's make a start on him. He'll be cute. That's my mum. I'll call her back in a minute. She knows I'm recording this, so I'll call her back in a minute. What else am I making? My plans for the year. So I really want to make the jean blanket. I really want to make the Whitmore jumper again. I'm making the shh blanket, that's in that fluffy wool I've got there. I like to make the downtown hoodie. I'd like to make socks every month, either for myself or to go away for Christmas presents. I'm making Foxy and Friends. I want to do Toft Advent Calendar, the year just gone. I want to do more Toft. Oh, I brought this book, it's buried. I'll have to find it and show you next time. I brought a book, can't think who it's by, but it's got 25 Christmas stockings. Now, as always, you know, I'm always late to the party. I saw that Arnie and Carlos were having that knit along with the stockings. Oh my goodness, why do I never know about these things in time? So I bought a knitted stocking book. And I'm going to be knitting Christmas stockings. It's got 25 stockings to knit, and I'm sure this book was $15.99. They knit out of Aaron's. I'll show that to you next time, don't let me forget. And I want to make my hot water bottle cover, so that's just a few things I want to make this year. Oh yeah, currently knitting Milo a little jumper. He feels the cold, bless him, he feels the cold. Oh dear, I do worry about myself. I must be mad. I know I'm mad. I'm not hurting anybody, am I? I've signed up to a club. Beehive Yarn was having a club, and it's a monthly club, but there were so many options I got a bit bamboozled and I didn't know what to go for, so I've just gone for a sock yarn. And I thought I could have, if I did it, I could knit a pair of, was it vintage or vintage? Because I think she's quite vintage, isn't she, Beehive Yarn? I thought I could knit a pair of vintage socks every month at Beehive Yarn. So I'm going to do that. Definitely, I mean, I do craft every day, but I definitely want to get more things done, and I want to be ahead of the game for Christmas next year. I want to get more makes done. I want to do a bit of everything. I think I need to have a bit of a rotation going on. I just need to have more of a rotation going on. Last week in the car when I was waiting for Samuel 2 nights, I did have a little tiny, it came out of the snowman Christmas Eve box. It was a really small, like from Hobbycraft, I haven't got one here, a really tiny cross stitch like you would have for a card, you know, if you would cross stitch a little Christmas card. And I just sat in the car for half an hour because I have to leave really early to get a part fairly close to the school. He still has to walk about 10 minutes down the road. But I sat there for about half an hour. So for 2 nights I was working on that in the car, and I really enjoyed that. Just a little bit of cross stitch. I really enjoyed doing that. So I think I need to maybe sit down and work out a bit of a rotation so I can get everything done, because I also, while we were at this wool shop where I got the Nutcracker yarn for my mum and the stocking book and some other bits, it's gone. It's gone. No, it's gone. It's gone. Don't know what I was going to say. Don't know what I was going to say. No, it's gone. Yeah, I do want to have a bit of a rotation because I've got some sewing projects I want to do. I've got some knitting projects. I've got some crochet projects. I've got some embroidery projects. Kay's mum got me a beautiful embroidery project to do. I've got more things to show you that I will show you next time. So, yeah. Okay, reading. I'm listening to Yellowface on Audible, really enjoying it. I thought I was going to struggle with a narrator. She's got a really annoying nasal voice, and I really thought I was going to struggle with her, but I've sort of got over her now, and I'm really enjoying that book. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but it's really good. And TV, obviously I'm going to be watching Call the Midwives, because I've watched every series of Call the Midwives, but I'm halfway through the Christmas episode. But I am loving, as I know Jeanette is, and I watched last year's, I am loving Traitors. I'm having to watch it all on catch up because I didn't get time to watch it when it started in the new year. So I'm watching Traitors. Samuel hasn't watched it with me yet. He did say he was going to watch it with me, but he hasn't watched it with me yet. So he's going to watch that. Oh, I'm loving Traitors though. But I tell you what I did watch when we were away at my brother-in-law's. I don't know how it came up, but something he said about The Crown, because he knows I love the royal family. I'm just watching the time, so I'm having my nails done at 9:15. And I said, oh no, we haven't got Netflix anymore. And he said, no, I've got Netflix, got it on both TVs. You can watch it here. So I was really naughty. Well, I wasn't naughty because he told me I could do it. He gives us his bedroom because he's got a massive bedroom, and the three of us can either all three of us sleep in his bed or Samuel sleeps on a camp bed. So he said, just go, when everyone's had a shower, just take yourself up there, cup of tea, chocolates, whatever you want to do, go and sit on the bed and watch The Crown. So I did. I took myself a cup of tea, hot water bottle, cozied down. I think I took my duck, my lunar lapping duck, called crafting duck, sat on the bed, and I sat and binged The Crown over 2 days. Absolutely loved it. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave you there, and I will see you hopefully in a week or so. We'll have a good catch up in another week. Let me know who's going to join me on the knit along for Peter Rabbit, and I'm going to start mine hopefully then. But I've got so many half-started projects. Is anybody else like that? Start something. I know probably a lot of you aren't. Probably a lot of you are so good and just knit one thing, finish it. Knit something else, finish it. But me, I'm like, oh, that's pretty, let's knit that. Oh, that's pretty, let's start that. Oh, that's pretty, let's start that. I'm terrible. I'm awful. I'm not like that with other things though, but I am like that with crafting. I'm like, oh, want to do that, want to do this, want to do that. Okay, I'm waffling now. So I'm going to sign off, and I will see you next week, hopefully. Okay, take care everybody. Happy crafting. Bye.